One TV special report.
To the Honorable Mayor, Attorney Sam Puentes, the presiding officer of this afternoon, Honorable Attorney Mars Tapayan, members of the City Peace and Order Council, department heads, maayong hapon sa tanan.
May hapon.
I am Police Major Lucino N. Labares, Station Chief of Usamis Airport Police Station. Next. Usamis Airport is located in Barangay Gango, Usamis City, Misamis Occidental. It has a runway that measures 1,873 meters, approximately 6,145 feet in length and 30 meters width. It is the primary aviation gateway to the province of Misamis Occidental and neighboring areas in northern Mindanao, operated by Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, CAAP. The airport accommodates schedules, domestic, charter, and general aviation flight operations, providing safe, secure, and efficient air transport services. It serves as vital hub for passengers travel, tourism, business, and emergency operation, contributing to the province's connectivity and economic growth. Airport safety and security are maintained through the collaborative efforts of the Usamis Airport Police Station, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, the Office of the Transportation Security OTS, airline operators, and other stakeholders such as LG Usamis to ensure safe, secure, and efficient airport operation. Next. Our personnel deployment. Usamis EPS has 1 PCO and 18 PNCO, total of 19. We have OU SRTD, which is the counter hijacking unit, 1 PCO and 8 personnel PNCO, a total of 9. We have our ABSICO, the K9 unit, 2, the total 2 personnel, overall total personnel of the airport is 30. Our flight schedule data, we have Philippine Airlines, daily, only morning only, we have an estimated passengers of 360. Then Cebu Pacific, Manila Usamis, I stand corrected 2 times daily MWF, and Cebu Usamis, every MWF, and 2 times daily every TTH Saturday and Sunday. Next, our mobility asset. We have 1 Innova patrol car issued by the LGU. Our shooting capability is we have 19 short firearms and 4 long firearms. Next, we have our accomplishment during January to June. Law enforcement, airport facilitation to visiting dignitaries like high-ranking government officials, person under lawful custody, mga preso. And we have also prevent smuggling protected species of Philippine flora and fauna. Implementation of LOI 64210 contra Buga Bravo campaigns against loose firearms, R18591. Facilitated the transport of short firearms, magazines, rounds, and ammunition. Next. We have our accomplishment support to internal security operations. We are conducting survey, SSI, paneling operations, terminal facility inspections. Community safety and protections, our activities, conduct of visibility patrols at the airport, foot patrol, bicycle patrol, Oplan Sita checkpoint. Next, our accomplishment, a notable accomplishment like CIMEX, CIREX, TTX, COMEX, Kaning SIMEX is simulation exercise, tabletop exercise, and communication exercise. So numbers of activities conducted as shown is 96. We have community relation activities, distribution of IEC materials, Oplan Abiso, earthquake drill, a day we care for our daycare. Next, our training accomplishment, aviation security recurrent seminar, number of personnel participated 3, hostage negotiation course, number of personnel participated 1, basic logistic course, number of personnel 1, modified handgun marksmanship training, which is first semester 28 personnel. The Osamis Airport Police Station shall continue to strengthen airport security, enhance police visibility, improve coordination with stakeholders, conduct regular security operation to the safety and security of all airport users. Thank you.
Thank you, Major Lavares of the Airport Police. Joint Council members, do you have any queries or any concerns sa atong Airport Police? I guess there is none. So we are through with letter B. We now proceed to our agenda, letter C, updates on the decision of the Peace and Order Program. I think the CPDO will present this. Who will present, ma'am? Our city admin, please, your floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We would like to welcome to the floor our City Budget Officer to discuss on the utilization of the Peace and Order Program for the calendar year 2026.
Ma'am Bilin Amilda, you have the floor. Please proceed.
My respect, Honorable Chair, and to all who are here today, good afternoon. I will be presenting the status on the utilization of funds for Peace and Order and Public Safety Program as of today, June 22, 2026. The total appropriation for maintenance and other operating expenses and capital outlay for Peace and Order Program for MOOE, 90,462,206. Then for capital outlay, we have 15,634,600 pesos. So the total appropriation for MOO and capital outlay as of June 22, 2026 is 106,096,806 pesos. Next, please. Then for public safety program, MOOE is 8,778,900. This is for their appropriation as of June 22, 2026. Then the capital outlay is 4,639,422. So the total appropriation for public safety, MOE and capital outlay is 13,418,322. Next, please. So the overall appropriation for Peace and Order and Public Safety Program calendar year 2026 is 119,515,128. Then we have the utilization as of June 22, 2026. For Peace and Order Program, we have 24,945,813.56. Then for Public Safety Program, we have 2,358,110 pesos and 42 centavos. So the total is 27,303,923.98. So the utilization rate is 22.85%, which is equivalent for the total annual appropriation of Peace and Order and Public Safety. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, do we understand that we have only 22.85% utilization and we are about to end the semester? Jonathan, niya ating utilization supposed to be 50%. Can we be apprised of them, ma'am, anong gamay na itong utilization? Or what is the impact that, okay, supposed to be Ma'am Wano, please, you may brief us, please.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So as you can see, we have only a utilization rate of 22% in contrast with last year's utilization, which is only from January to June 2025, we only have around 43%. And this year, only 22.85%. So that is why we would like to remind our POC agency members that there is fund for your utilization in support of your operations, guided as you have the PPAs guided by your PPMPs. Then if you have requests, to kindly submit to the city government so that these funds will be utilized for your operations. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yes, just address to the law enforcers. Can you submit your request? Kaya para ito may utilize, kaya ano ko magod? June na, hapit ng June 30 niya, end of the second quarter niya, ang atong utilization rate is only 22.85%. So, it's supposed to be on 50% anta. Anta. So, please submit your request para maksunan sa atong mayor. Or do you want to respond? Gusto mo respond o wala lang? In the meantime, kita mo sa request. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, do you have any comments, ma'am, partner? Ma'am Milda, wala kay line nga, i-present, no more.
No more, Mr. Chair.
So, we are finished with letter C. We now proceed to letter D. Updates on based on the audit for year 2024 and 2025. Who will present this, ma'am?
City Planning.
City Planning. Ma'am Marjorie, please proceed. You have the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, to the esteemed members of the City Peace and Order Council, City Anti-Drug Abuse Council, City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, representatives from our partner agencies, fellow public servants, and distinguished guests. On behalf of the City Peace and Order Council Secretariat, it is my privilege as the POC focal person to present the results of the 2024 Peace and Order Council Performance Audit of the City of the Osamis, as conducted by the DILG. With that, allow me to begin the presentation. So the assessment was undertaken pursuant to DILG Memorandum Circular number 2025-091, which prescribes the criteria, indicators, and evaluation procedures for measuring the functionality and performance of the local peace and order councils nationwide. So the city, the calendar year 2024 Peace and Order Performance Audit was conducted last October 2025. And then to achieve a high performance rating, we should needed to attain a score between 85 to 100 based on this following criteria. So first is the organization. In the organization, it includes the executive order, include the special action committee, the 4 SAC. And then the meetings, it should be a minimum of 4 meetings in a year with 4 resolution, minimum of meetings. And then the policies, plan and budget, innovative practices, the addressing criminality, the ensuring public safety programs, gender sensitivity, and the citizen participation. That's all the criteria for the peace and order audit. So the overall performance, the city of Osamis obtained an overall audit rating of 92.33%, reflecting our strong commitment to maintaining peace and order and public safety through effective governance and interagency collaboration. So these are the rating nato for 2024 Peace and Order Audit Performance, 92.33%. Next. So the audit consists of 2 major pillars. First is the functionality indicators, account for 70% of the overall score, while the development indicators account for 30%. So our performance in both pillars contributed to the overall rating of 92.33%. So for functionality, the city achieved of 65.33% out of 70%. So based on the data, our utilization for 2024 was 83.35% compliance rate. And then our POC objectives accomplished is 75% for the compliance rate. So as much as before, dapat i-utilize gyud ang ato ang mga requests for POC. Kaya ang kuan is 80%, at least 80% ang may utilize. So 2024 compliance rate na naka-attain taan na 83.35% ang compliance rate. For the development indicators, the city obtained 27% out of the possible 30%. So while in that kanang indicators, ang dira nata nakuan is for the increase in fire incident. Mo na dira ang comparison between the 2023 and then 2024. So dira ta na nagamay because gi-compare ang 2023 and then 2024. Sa 2023 ang fire incident is 5 and then sa 2024 is 16. So the increase mo na siya nga ang atuang kuan score dira is 0 points under that criteria. And then sa development parameters, naka-acquired two required parameters present and complied for. For the major strength, so the audit results highlight several strengths, particularly in maintaining an active and functional council, ensuring interagency collaboration, and sustaining peace and order initiatives throughout the year. So our challenges identified. So despite the positive result, the audit also points to areas where we can improve, particularly in reducing the incident occurrences and ensuring the full accomplishment of all identified objectives. So the success reflected in this audit result is a product of the collective efforts of all stakeholders committed to peace and order in the city of Osamis. So the 92.33% audit rating is a testament to the dedication and collaboration of all members, agency, and stakeholders. So while we celebrate this achievement, we remain committed to addressing identified challenges and continuous improving our peace and order initiatives for the benefit of all Osamisnon. That's all, Mr. Chair, for the POC 2024 performance audit.
Thank you, Ma'am Marjorie. Wala pa 2025.
So we are currently awaiting for the official results following the evaluation conducted last May 2026.
Okay.
So the same criteria for the 2025. The 2025 Peace and Order Council performance audit was conducted using the same criteria and indicators prescribed by the DILG. So as of the moment, we are still waiting for the official results in which the evaluation was conducted last May 2026, Mr. Chair, for the POC audit 2025.
Okay. The chair would like to congratulate all the members of the POC for a job well done. 92.33 sa academe, that's 1.5. No, 1.5 academe. 92.33.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's all.
Thank you. So congratulations. We ourselves, a round of applause again. Are there any comments for our performance of our audit, 24 audit? We now proceed to letter A, revision and reprogramming of calendar year 26 appropriations of PAPS, capital outlay, based order and public security. This is represented by
Good afternoon again, Mr.
Ma'am
Chair.
Belen Umilda, please. Proceed, ma'am.
Yes. Considering that the appropriation for repair and maintenance of motor vehicles MOA under the PNP Operations Peace and Order Program has already been depleted and requires additional funding, I respectfully move for the reversion of the appropriation allotted for ICT equipment, capital outlay amounting to 2 million, and its reallocation to repair and maintenance of motor vehicles to address the funding requirements. Thank you.
How much, ma'am? How much?
2 million, Mr. Chair.
You are moving to realign.
Reversion of appropriation from ICT equipment capital outlay to repair and maintenance motor vehicles.
Okay. Do I hear any second? Multiple second from the members? Do I hear any objection? Comments? The chair has no objection. Therefore, the motion is approved. Thank you. Pinaproceed to letter F. Conduct, announcements, plans, and updates. I think this will be presented by Ma'am Ella, the license officer of Conduct. You should now proceed, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Chair, good afternoon. So, in behalf of the City Anti-Drug Abuse Council, my name is Ella Ficartaenas, and I will be presenting to you the accomplishment report, plans, and updates of the City Anti-Drug Abuse Council, and also the presentment of the Memorandum of Agreement for the Balay Silangan of Tangub City. First, the accomplishment report. So, the status of Barangay Drug Clearing Program across the 51 barangays of Osamis City, we already have 32 drug-cleared barangays and napatay 19 ka-affected nga barangays. So, the total population or total number of PWODs, we have 2,996, and out of 2,996 na anatay 1,133 nga PWODs graduated the CBDRP. The total remaining PWODs for CBDRP intervention program is 1,421. So napatay 16 ka barangays na wala pa nato na kandakan og CBDRP. Second is the successful conduct of the KKDK CBDRP Facilitators Training last May 19 to 22, 2026 at the City Health Office. It was conducted by the Department of Health, no, naa sila atong time 4 days nga training, and we have 37 certified or trained nga program implementers during that time po. Next is barangay coordination and conduct of BADAC orientation. So we have Barangay Katadman last April, then 50th District. We also have Kinuman Norte and Bagakay. So that activity was in coordination with the PNP and the City Health Office. And the next one is barangay next please. Aftercare program sa ato ang PWODs last June 11. So we have 30 beneficiaries composed of nakadawat sa 3 goats, 7 piglets, and 20 pairs of chicken. Ato ang mga beneficiaries is from Doña Consuelo. Then we have conducted also anti-drug advocacy and awareness program. This is in line with the demand reduction program together with the PNP and the City Health Office. Nag-conduct mi sa Barangay Kinuman Norte, which is, amo ang target is ang mga schools para ma-aware pod sila, information drive also pod. Then the CADAC plans and updates. First, we have the IDADAIT or the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking Activities. So, this is already approved. Then, ongoing na ang ato ang activities. First is first week sa June, nag-disseminate sa 51 ka barangays og tarpaulins para ilang i-display ang ilahang tarpaulins sa ilang designated areas. Then, we also have the information dissemination through IEC materials distribution within the Osamis City po. Then, mo pong target ani is ang mga schools po kay para mas ma-aware ang atong mga students when it comes sa illegal drugs. Also, the anti-drug educational campaign and awareness seminars, we have the approval of the school division na mag-conduct sa kaning seminar sa 100 ka senior high students sa Osami City National High School on June 26. The application of drug clearing. We have one barangay which is the 50th district, and the retention of drug cleared status sa 16 barangays na sa screen, and the schedule will be on June 25, 2026 ang deliberation. Then the conduct of CBDRP and barangay drug clearing to 18 remaining barangays. So makita sa screen naka-highlight si Bagakay Andonia Consuelo kay nakakandak na ta already conducted CBDRP ani nga mga barangay. So we have target 16 barangays na lang, no, with 1,421 ka PWODs. So hopefully karon nga year mairugta sa ato ang CBDRP and drug clearing. The coordination, no, with the MOA, signing of MOA. So nagkaistoryahan na mi sa admin sa barangay Orqueta City, the Balay Silangan, in which kaning October pa daw ang ilahang enrollment mo, accept sila enrollment. So on or before October 2026, hopefully maka-sign na taog kaning MOA with the Orqueta Balay Silangan. Then the presentment of the Balay Silangan Memorandum of Agreement sa Tangub City. So next, sir. So ako aning present para naatay option when it comes sa ato ang mga pushers, no? At this time naatay 45 ka pushers nga naka-signed na sa agreement or waiver nga mo sulod sila og Balay Silangan. So ongoing pa ato ang MOA with the Orqueta, i-present lang nako gamay ang differences nila, no, breakdown sa budget. So first we have the Orqueta. 1 month ra ang iyang in-house nga rehabilitation. So naatay 19,000 per PWOD. Sulod ana is the meals, the fees and charges sa Balay Silangan, which is 12,000 pesos. The supplies needed, kay wala man siya ilabot dito, so 800 pesos. We also nag-allocate og amount cash incentive sa PWODs nga family, which is mga breadwinner man gud ang atong mga PWODs nga isuluray. So we have 5,000 pesos, then 1 sack nga rice incentives, a total of 19,000. Mao na siya breakdown sa Orqueta for 1 month only. But dapat manggod ang PWODs makahuman sa iyang 3 months nga rehabilitation. So the 2 months ana is sa LGU na cater, which is kanang ato silang paskwelahon og TESDA or ALS, mga vocational courses. Then the Tangub City, mo ni siya difference niya. Sa Tangub City, 60,000 pesos per PWOD. Kay sa Tangub City, 3 months gyud ang iyang in-house rehabilitation. Bali limpyo na nit siya tanan na anay ALS and TESDA nga partner ang Balay Silangan sa Tangub. So atoa na lang is i-enroll sila dito, ipasulod nato sila. So kaning sa MOA sa Tangub na ay duha ka share composed sa composed sa LGU o sa Badak itself, no, kay ang 51 ka barangay sa Osami City nag-allocate gyud pud na sila og Badak nga budget, no, para sa ilang mga activities. So that's why para naapod sila counterparts sa ato ang program, amuan ni siyang gi-present karon. So unsay inclusion sa 60,000 mao to ang fees and charges sa Balay Silangan, the cash incentives sa family sa PWODs nga 2,000 per month, a total of 6,000. So come up siya og 60,000 sa LGU nga share. Isa ra na siya ka PWOD. Next is the supplies needed and the rice incentive sa PWOD, amo ang ipa-shoulder sa Badak nga share. So next slide please. So as of now, na kung i-compare nato, Balay Silangan of Orqueta City is 19,000 ang magasto per PWOD. It times then 855,000 ang estimated na cost. Then sa Balay Silangan sa Tangub City, which is 3 months nga in-house, 60,000 per PWOD times 45 is 2.7 million po. Next. So di na siya makita. So ang kalainan lang ani is the Orqueta City is only 1 month dayon. Kita na mo provide sa ilahang vocational or vocational courses training nga ato ang ipakandak sa ilahang aftercare program. Kay nag-required man ang PIDEA at the same time ang Balay Silangan sa Orqueta, muhatag ra sila og certificate of completion sa isa ka PWOD if ever mahuman nila ang 2 months nga vocational training or so sa Tangub City is 3 months in-house, limpyo na siya tanan, but dako-dako gyud ta og magasto. So that's all for this afternoon. Daghang salamat.
Thank you, Ma'am Ilia Cartainas, for your presentation. So, mas Tangub kay 3 months man. Sa Orqueta, mas barato kay 1 month ra. Okay. In sum, usamis karon ang atong Dagbe Barangays Estate ito. Nata application usa 50 district. Kung naputay ibalikan mo ito karon nga i-rehab to barangays ang Villaconsuelo, Sol Bagakay. As of now, Villaconsuelo ba itong ginatrabaho? Ma'am, Ila.
Barangay Doña Consuelo and Bagakay kan dan na po sila sa ilang CBDRP. We are waiting for the clearance to proceed for barangay drug clearing po from PIDEA Regional Office. So hulat na lang tag-schedule kung kanus-a sila hatagan og clearance para ma-applyan nato sila for drug clearing.
Ang Bagakay
Pero humana sila og CBDRP, Mr. Chair. Hulat na lang ta sa clearance sa PIDEA Regional Office para sa ilang drug clearing application.
So, I guess, paingon ta lisod na kay sa una ang atong i-recommend tagupat, tagunom. Karon tagsa lang. Kay nagkalisod na panahon. No, nata sa urban nga barangays. No? Sa una sa rural, dali ra, man tagupat, tagunom ka barangays i-recommend. No? May batches. Karon nagkalisod na kay naamta sa urban nga barangays. So 50 district, Villaconsuelo, isulpo ng Villaconsuelo din, Bagakay. Thank you, ma'am. Any query for Badak? Honorable Siso, then our deal din. Sunod.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I've been hearing by Silangan of Orqueta and by Silangan of Tangub. Why not Ozamis? Do you have any suggestion or recommendation if kaya ba nato sa Ozamis to have our own bahay Silangan?
You may respond, ma'am. Ila?
When it comes sa Balay Silangan, naamang ko specific nga requirements ang PIDEA. So magpa-accredit pa ta sa PIDEA at the same time sa DOH. Then the manpower itself po. Kung naaman tay building, napod sila required nga capacity or rooms, dapat ma-meet na to ang ilahang requirements sa Balay Silangan. Then ang mag-conduct po sa ato ang mga PWODs o sa sulod sa Balay Silangan, the manpower itself also from social worker, naapoy nurses, then naapoy 24 hours nga surveillance sa PNP, PIDEA, then security, then psychiatrist also po. Dapat naato siya tanan sa isa ka facility. So that's why maglisod siya kung mo kuanta, but pwede man gyud pod if ever kay 2,966 out of 2,966 na to nga PWODs, 397 ang ato ang pushers nga identified. So under verification pa pod na siya sa PNP kung pila na lay nabilin anang 397 nga pushers. So dako pag yung tag magasto if ever pod magbalay silangan nga kanang makigmowa sa outside.
In other words, ang masisod gud ang Samis kay kita bay sa buong kapital Mindanao. Naulahi ta na una or kita cleared ang Tangub, mga advance sila. Nasa balay silangan, una sila credit sa PIDEA. Kita naulahi ta kay Lisod kaya sa aming city. Kita mo ko na ilang astig ba sa mga sabo sa una.
So with the assessment, Mr. Chair, sa ato ang kada personnel regarding sa ato ang pag-install, establish ang atong bahay silangan, moog lagi din Mr. Chair nga, we need to be drug-free cleared ang the entire city. The money requirements, not necessarily kay. I think with the 397 nga dimension sa assessment sa atong kadak, wala kita ang gabuhi sila mga bahay silangan kay it's 60,000 or 20,000 per month. So, they're incoming out of our pocket. So, why not install our own, establish atong makaya, kay nakaya ganing sa tanggo baguza kuan or keta, do our resources here, ang income ana sa atong arapod maanhi. I think we can do that because we are already a first-class city, and with all the psychiatrists and all the facilities that we're having, I think we can do that. With the assurance siguro of our kada, can we do it or lisod yung tayo? Give us an estimated rating kung pila
I guess,
successful rate.
Ma'am Juano can respond to that.
Success rate. 80%, 90% kaya or dili pag yun?
Di pag yun nato kaya. Ano?
Good afternoon once again, everyone. So, honorable member of the POC, your suggestion is duly noted, and it will be subject to the approval of the city mayor, considering the funds and that will be involved. At the same time, the verification of the number of pushers or those that will be admitted to this bahay silangan or facility, similar facility that will be proposed to be built here in the city. Thank you.
Sila gawin kay clean naman sila. Kita nagsagol pa sa mga drug users, drug pushers, napatay program, no? Rehabilitation, na livelihood, dakan pakitag trabaho. So we need ato nang hapsayan tanan, gusto natin mag-apply bahay silangan. Limpyo-limpyo na ang panahon. So, Honorable Lim, Honorable DLG, please, you are seeking to inquire.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon once again. Ma'am Ella, nalang ko'y pangutana, no? Based sa imong gihatag proposal, 90 versus 60, di ba? 19,000 versus 60,000. And ang package sana is 3 meals and 2 snacks. Ato mga piwots, sa ilang gihimo, paisnakon pa nato sila. Di ba? Stupid, no?